Five, four, three, two, one, and we have an error.
I got it.
Got it. This is Ted Hicks, Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. Got Tony D, the random multi-broadcaster. Guess we are going just us tonight.
Oh, for real? What's happening, bro?
You tell me. How's the energy been this week?
Rough. I got it's busy this week. A little tense next week. A bit of an adjustment the week after that. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm here.
Is your time changing? Any schedules changing, or is just a stacked plate?
Just personal stuff.
Okay.
Personal stuff I gotta move through. That's all it is. But I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. How was your week? Past few days?
And it was good, refreshed, and beat up at the same time.
Right.
And I think with my new tan, I might be darker than you. Oh man, but other than that, dude, I really didn't get to watch too much sports over the last 4 or 5 days.
Right.
I actually won my fantasy football matchup. Don't know how I pulled it off.
Right.
But I did. I really should be right now. I'm at 2-3. I feel like I should be 3-2, but the ball didn't bounce too many different ways in my favor in my matchup against Captain Rehab. What's going on with Belt Kings? For the most part, I missed last week's live stream.
Right. Had Bathers in here doing this thing, acting up. We're doing about 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, man. We went about 2 hours.
So that's good.
Yeah, me, him, Rich, and Brian. It was good. It was cool. Bathos brought his ways in there, which it was a new twist. And, he gave a new aspect on things, and he gave a little bit of his football knowledge. So it was cool. It was cool. I was good with it. So we had a good time. We had fun.
You know what's shocking? What's shocking is how good at football Bathurst is. I guess we would have considered him like a novice.
Well, he taught sports when he was on Haps. And I think people forgot about that.
We really did, because he shifted the format. He shifted it to more like music and a little bit of chat.
Yeah. And, I knew he would be a decent contribution. And I told him, I said, I've been waiting on you to get up here, so come on. So he was up there, and we got a kick out of it.
He's been on, I think, the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks he's been up there. And like I said, I'm grateful to him. He was one of the original guys. I met you through him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I take it back, and I always want to try and keep everybody in the loop.
We were on there causing trouble.
Yeah, he's always trouble. He was still trying the other day, that joker. But it was a great conversation. I'm not gonna lie. He gave good aspects. So we had a ball.
Remember with Bathurst, it was always stirring the pot.
That ain't changed.
So you guys are on there. How'd you do this week with
I have to look with Rich. I don't think Rich might have put the numbers up yesterday morning. I think I forgot what the numbers were, but he did I know he's gonna tally it up, and he'll give us the numbers. Sunday is going to be a little bit iffy for me, I think, and I'm going to try to make it to where at least I can, or at least try to do something. This weekend might be tight for me, so it might be my bye week, if you will.
Okay.
This one might be my bye week. I'm going to try to be up there. I will let everybody know. I may have to do a late broadcast.
Bubblehead Nuke.
Bubblehead Nuke in the house. What's good, Bubblehead? Theo. What's up, man? How you been?
Theo, what's going on?
Blick, what's going on? You remember Theo? Theo used to be on Hats with us. He used to be up there. We played on Uno with Takara.
Ah, okay.
Used to be in the chat. Howell or I'm starting Burrow. I'm not starting Howell. I'm not starting.
Debating Howell or Burrow to start this week.
I'm not starting Howell. Nothing against him as a player, but the team. I don't feel a lot of fantasy energy from that squad or their players. Not saying that they can't play football, but from a fantasy football aspect, I don't see it. Somebody will have to tell me otherwise.
Nancy, how you doing?
Nancy, what's going on? How you doing, lady?
So is Amazon right now in love with Taylor Swift during the broadcast?
Probably.
Has the luster kind of worn off, or
as long as those numbers are going up, I doubt that highly.
Okay.
And I'm going to stick with that. As long as those numbers are going up, they can't tell me otherwise. They truly can't.
Well, she's been pretty busy. She had her big red carpet.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I've seen you too, Theo, man. I know I miss us having Uno nights, man. I told Takara she's busy now. She got her hands full. Big ups to her.
Nancy said we're tallying up how many times they've shown her.
Yeah. 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 You already know that.
We're up to 8.
I mean, she's money. Can't take that away from her. She's money right now.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear her.
She is money right now. I'm not going to knock her to mandatory minimum mention until he said 5. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
They're going to.
Not sure where to start. Let's see.
She even appeared in the cartoon of the team.
Oh God!
Don't give a jersey. I seen a jersey that says Swifties on it.
Goodness. What else? I don't know if they did or they didn't.
Bathurst is in the chat. Bathurst is in the chat.
Bathurst is up here. All right.
You want them up?
Send them up.
I'll get them. I've got to give me 1 second, Bathurst.
So, Eagles and Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles and Jets. Is that a Sunday night football game? Or is that a 4:25 game?
Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can do here.
Denver is possibly the worst team in the NFL right now.
Who
is that coached or is that quarterbacked? Kelsey's mom is the only one. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's what we said last week. Bathurst just sent you the link. Eagles and Jets. Let's see what we got here.
Eagles and Jets. Week 5.
Week 7, isn't it? No, it's week 6.
All right, week 6.
4:25 Sunday.
4:25 Sunday. Okay.
In East Rutherford.
So it's getting the 4:25 window, which is seen all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Theo says Eagles are going to dominate, to say the least.
You know what, Theo? The way the Commanders held the Eagles down, the Jets defense may do the same thing.
As much as I can be a Jets homer, if I was a bet person,
I said the same thing about Kansas City, and they were doing the damn thing with the Chiefs.
There's no way.
Right. Nancy Russell's costing everybody money. I got the game on right now, sitting here watching this madness.
But let's look at Russell Wilson's numbers. Are they really suffering this season? Is it him or is it the team?
That's a good question, if you want the truth.
Nancy says he's in the negative. Okay.
And Nancy stays on top of it. I miss having Nancy around. She's on top of the numbers. She's on top of the game. I do miss having you around, Nancy. For real. Just almost beat KC after KC said to my YouTube. It's on the YouTube. Look in the chat. It's right there. Bathurst, what are you doing? It's right there. Look on my YouTube, brother. The team is the Broncos. I didn't have much faith on it. I'm not even saying that they can't play, but they're losing bad.
Yeah.
They're losing. They're gonna have the whole first round of the draft to themselves.
No, because they've given up all their picks.
Well, then they screwed.
They sent their picks to Seattle.
Well, then they're screwed. They're screwed. Chiefs are getting home call. Yeah, Chiefs are getting hooked up. Now, Nancy, I'm glad you said that. The Chiefs have been getting hooked up since the Super Bowl, in my opinion. They running the hustle. They running the hustle. Matter of fact, since Taylor Swift was around, they already made back Patrick Mahomes' contract money. They ain't got to win no more. They don't have to win no more. Sutton, Judy,
oh my goodness!
We all know it's going to be Lions Dolphins. Theo, I think it's going to be 49ers Dolphins right now.
Glick, thank you for the retweet.
Right now, it's 49ers Dolphins, in my opinion. Sadie, how you doing? Ted, anybody backstage?
No.
Because I know Bathurst trying to get up here. Bathurst, you on the YouTube, man. The link's right there in the chat. It's not working.
He just joined.
Can you hear me?
I can see.
Loud and clear.
There we go.
Can you feel the love?
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wasn't on Haps, you're going to see it now.
Outside of Russ, they only have Sutton
neighborhood community started, in my opinion. This is the guy that we have all been in Michael Bathurst's neighborhood.
Michael, how are you doing?
Okay. I had everything going in a loop, and I thought it was on some form of chemical drugs, but I'm okay. I got rid of the other screen.
Oh, that's good.
Have you ever done that where you hear the loop?
Yes.
Yeah, so it sounds good. Looks good. How's everybody doing?
We're good,
doing well.
I heard you guys talking about me, and I was like, well, I better come up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sadie, how you doing?
So are we doing football? What are we doing? Is that what football's cool?
So what we usually do is we do a segment of Belt Kings baked into the Thursday night live stream.
Yeah, I'd see. You know what I love about your shows? You do a bit of everything. It's a grab bag.
Yes,
I like that. That's more my personality. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Where Tony is, unstructured and all over the place. But oh wait, that was me. Sorry, I got confused.
But
You know what I do want to talk about before we start, if it's okay, is chemistry between individuals.
Okay.
Right. And we've always had this where we can be, and especially Tony and I, and Ted a little bit too, but because Ted would keep us on the rails most of the time.
Grounded, yes, grounded.
Somewhat grounded. Yeah. He was like we were a beautiful house, and he was the foundation, right? He was the foundation. He would keep it going, especially when it went nutty. Hey Rick, how you doing, buddy? But I miss Rick, and I miss aspects of it. I'm hoping that Periscope will happen, but
inching closer and closer toward it.
How do you know that? Because I know you're a tech guy.
I saw True Conductor come up, and you know how you see Twitter Spaces notifications?
Yeah.
I went to it to go listen, and it was looking like Periscope. I said, "Oh Lord, they brought it back." So all you jokers, all of you not coming on the camera, always having something to say. Picture emoji, fake name people, get ready.
Fake name.
No, not really. It's going to be the opposite because.
Go for it.
Hold on.
Go for it.
Wait for it.
Bathurst, you remember Theo Dawson used to be on Hats with us?
I think so.
Yeah. You see him in the chat.
Good.
He's in the chat. Theo's in the chat. Nancy's in the chat. Rick's in the chat. Thank all of y'all for being here.
We're grateful for you to be here. Yeah.
Rick's in the chat.
Now, this is another level clear when you use StreamYard.
Yes.
This is another level. I noticed some of the professional broadcasters use.
They use StreamYard.
Most of them use StreamYard. And I chose Restream because Restream had the better plans.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah, Restream had better plans.
Do you get free pop with that? And like a cheeseburger or something? What kind of plan are you talking about? I'll never forget one of my favorite shows we ever did. He spent the whole time going, "My salad didn't come."
Oh man,
I waited for my salad.
I was mad. I was furious.
Where's my salad? They said to bring my salad tomorrow.
This is the reason why I know without a doubt you're going to get Periscope and you won't get the bots because X is testing a 3-tiered premium service.
Gotcha. Take care, Nancy. Good seeing you, lady. Oh, basic, standard, and plus.
Yeah. So either way, anyway, you're going to have to pay. And guess what? Bots are not going to want to pay.
No, they're not.
Fake accounts, this stuff gets costly.
Yes, it does.
Here's the thing: is you're going to see most of the platforms long term are going to have some form of a fee.
Yes.
And if they don't have a fee, it's going to be endless amounts of commercials.
Yes.
It's like Pluto. I don't know if you guys watch Pluto, right? Pluto's great. It's got great programming. It's Paramount. It's kind of all their B grade stuff. You get to watch things like CSI, Frasier.
Shout out to Rick Costa for putting me on Pluto early this year for the Star Trek.
And it's wonderful, but it's endless ads to the point where you're ready to pull your hair out.
I would have I would have a problem with that.
Yeah. Well, but see, you're a tech guy. You're a tech guy, right? And you like things to have a fluidity. I was really shocked though at the quality of Pluto. Now it is really clear. Like when you finally do see the program, it's very clear. They've done some upgrades for sure.
Right.
But they have them. Go ahead.
I just want to read one line. Early rumors suggest that none of the plans remove all advertising from a user's view, but may limit it to half the normal amount.
So we're saying the same thing without without reading it.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah. Well, you have to, right? He is not making money. People don't realize it costs a lot of money to hold all this information.
Yes,
I think that was part of the reason Haps had so much problems. And I remember talking to the owner, Mr. Goldman, and he was saying, people are upset with me because they want to fall asleep at the camera all night and have me film it.
Yes. And I don't blame him for not wanting to do that.
And he said, I can't afford that.
No. And I mean, it was Cantina is free. We don't even know how he's still running it with the quality and the amount of time we spend up there at no charge. We don't know. Haps, my understanding was serving space on the server was an issue. That's one of the reasons why they had to shut it down with everything we was doing there. We was having a ball. And also, everybody's devices were getting hot. Matter of fact, I'm going through the same thing with Cantina now. My phone will get hot. My laptop will get hot. So I'm starting to see a lot of the things that I didn't know when I first came about hanging out with you all and live streaming with everybody. You're right with the server space being an issue. We also acknowledge the bandwidth being an issue. So they're going to have to start charging. We're doing things for free. And the minute you start charging, people stop getting up there, which means the business loses money, but people are being cheap and doing what they want to do.
So Ted, have you heard about, now most people, and I'm talking most people, probably us in this room, because I consider us most people. We look at our phone and we don't have it against our ear.
Right.
Those that are constantly talking on the phone, they're finding now they're getting radiation poisoning. That's common. Been there
for 15 years, Mike.
No, but I mean it's common now.
It's common knowledge now.
Yeah.
We didn't acknowledge it. It's been there.
But there's a lot of stars that have ended up having to have surgery, and they're showing
radiation burns. Yes.
The other thing I want to bring up too, and not only because it's Ted, and Ted's about the only person in the world who's going to care about this. He's got that nerdy brain like mine. But if you buy a premium phone, let's say about a premium phone in the last 3 or 4 years,
right?
You're going to get something with a beautiful screen, something that you can record with a nice microphone, But if that screen dies, to replace that screen is going to be more than you paid for that used phone.
I challenge that. I said
not if it's Samsung.
Well, not if it's Samsung, but there's a store
and not
here.
If it's a high-end Apple product.
Yes, it is, because there's a store here in town. When Jason used to bring my iPad, I would take it to the store, spend $100, fix the screen in an hour.
Yeah, it's not the original screen, though, buddy.
No, but it worked just fine afterwards. It did. And trust me, I fixed one iPad about 10 times with him. It was
my wife used to be talking
about, why you keep letting him use it? I said he's fine.
It's not the same screen.
Our headphones any different in a different way. Theo, the Bluetooth and the plug-in will be your difference. The Bluetooth will give you the radiation issues. The plugins necessarily won't. Bernie, what's going on? Glick, yeah, you're right. They've been saying it for years about the cell phones. I agree, because I was saying that. Theo wants to know, can StreamYard bring all of the chats together? I'm thinking like how Restream does. Can you show the chat? I think StreamYard can show the chat. Can it not?
Yeah, it can show the chat.
We just don't. We don't bring it up all the time, because we had some. I know I broadcast and I've had some people saying some crap I don't want everybody out there to see. But it is up there. Both of the platforms do it.
Ted, how have you felt so far with StreamYard? I'm picking Ted's brain here. Sorry.
Hey, I totally like StreamYard. And there's nothing not to knock Restream, because I think that's also another great platform. Both of them will allow you to tie, depending on the plan that you have, tie either 3 accounts or 6 accounts or as many accounts that you have. It's really good. It's not an app. It's web, so it's light. There's no client to it. So those type of problems of, hey, I got to go in and configure it or do whatever like that, there's none of that. It's just pull up the website, here's your invite, and tunnel right in.
What was the first thing that you had to learn to do StreamYard? Because there are a lot of individuals now who want to do what we do, but don't know how to do it. They don't have any clue. They miss the days of apps, right?
Yeah, right. They got to learn. And I was going through it myself. Ted was actually telling me about StreamYard and Restream when I first met him. I didn't worry about it until hats went down. And I had to kind of work my way through it. Now I'm pretty good with, I chose Restream over StreamYard. Now, mind you, I will use Restream, StreamYard, EvMux, Flutin, and Vocal. I'll use all of them. But you got to learn them. And a lot of people don't have the patience to try to figure them out.
Go ahead.
The community members from StreamYard they do, I think, weekly or a couple of times during the week sessions. And they also, if you go to the YouTube channel, all the new features that they roll out, and I'm sure Restream is doing the same thing. And it's just like, hey, here's our live session that we do every Sunday night, but if not, here, catch the archived watch of it or watch it on YouTube. And it's absolutely great. From when you do a live stream and just the ease of use, and Glick was mentioning it, that being able to just download the audio, click of a button.
Same with Restream.
2 minutes, you got the audio. It's high quality. It's at least 256.
I know what you mean.
Quality. It's.
So you're talking. Okay, so for those who don't understand what he's saying, I'm going to dumb it down a bit. If you want to do a podcast, you have the accessibility to it easy, and the other thing is there's such an ease. Like unlike House, there was that delay. There's no delay here.
What delay was on House?
Oh, House had some serious delay.
What? Come on, Tone.
The international aspect, maybe, and I barely saw that.
I think you were more tolerant than
I was.
Yeah, because Ted and I are perfectionists in some ways. Some ways,
I was a rookie, so you're correct. I was a rookie, so I didn't really see much.
No,
the biggest thing I used to compliment when I told Mark was the instantaneous communication globally. I didn't see much of a delay myself.
Yeah. So Rick is a user Rick is a user of Restream
Mm-hmm.
because he works on it along with Carmen and the rest of their team with Restream. They do provide a small piece, which allows the chat portion to be viewable at all times. So they do that, and that's the only big difference I see from Restream to StreamYard.
But StreamYard allows it too, don't you? Doesn't it?
It does, but
you need a plugin.
you need some type of like an API or something where you can tie it in.
It can be done.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Mike
the
Patton was good. The general is in the house.
Now, where are you seeing the comments? Where are you seeing the comments?
You should see it on the right side. You're a guest. You may not be able to see. Actually, you should be able to see it. Minimize it. If you get all the pictures, like the whole maximized screen,
StreamYard is how I took my podcast to the next level.
I've got a full screen now, but that's cool. Wow, is that clear? Look how clear. That's 720p on me. What do you got yourself at, Ted?
Hell, I don't know.
720.
720. I'm 720. Then 720 is actually kind of garbagey, but it's not half bad.
I'm at standard definition 480, and I'm good.
Yeah.
And if you get the upgraded package, you get the 1080.
Yeah. For what we do, this is fine. Can we do a kind of circle around, if it's okay, about the Twitter thing? We kind of went into another avenue. We do that. What do you call it? Tangent? We had a
What's up, Carmen?
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Good Carmen, I am gonna give you a call this weekend, and we could talk, because I think it might be better if we use your platform, because we would see the comments immediately.
Yeah, the other way, you'd have to be on the other platforms and see it, I guess, right? Which is annoying. Huh?
I was talking to Carmen. She said shalom to us.
That is a great photo of her. That is a great photo.
I can see her already. Oh, thank you.
I don't think I'm a favorite person, to be honest with you. I don't know what she's probably thinking, but
Mike Patton also says, I got to thank the tour and the AFC South tech team for everything.
Check out tour in the AFC South, y'all. Man, Mike
Patton. Got it.
Mike Patton.
So you guys were discussing the game tonight, or were you discussing the game tomorrow? Which game were you discussing earlier?
We're just talking regular topics with Ted. We start off with a little segment from Bell Kings, then we go to current events for the most part.
Perfect. I like that. Okay.
Yes, I am, Carmen. Stop lying.
Tony is not our favorite person. But so, hey, at the close of the All About the Joy podcast, they had a question. Carmen had it for her panelist.
Okay, gonna ask Tony and I?
No, not about Tony and Michael, but the question was, is your significant other or spouse your best friend?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. In my case, yeah. Well, 30 years. 30 years.
How could they not be after 30 years?
Yeah. And she's
I have a different approach. I have a different approach. And these are some topics that we're going to discuss next week when both of our teams collab together on next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I would say for me, I would say no.
Okay. And why is that?
And I say, and we had this, it's so funny that the topic came up and I said we were talking, I don't know, it might have been Tuesday. We were at the pool, laughing, joking, having a great time. And we were talking about best friends.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you my best friend? And I was like, we both said no. Because we also have friends outside of our lives that have been, friends our entire lives.
That's fair, right?
So I can tell you, I have, one of my friends. We've been buddies since the late 70s.
Right.
And that's who I would consider my best friend.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this. I want to preface it by saying, when they were reading that chat message that I wrote, my wife walked by and I turned down the volume.
Yes.
Because I did not want to go there.
Yeah, that's not an avenue you want to travel. But it's a good point. But I think in your life you have people that are there, certain chapters.
Yes.
On the staircase of your life, there are certain people who teach you lessons and you learn things and you find out things about yourself. And when you're really young, you're immature and you do crazy stuff and there's a lot of ego-based stuff. And if you've been with someone for more than 10 years, they've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
Or some people say now the warts. They see the warts. And if you're with someone long enough, they see you lose your hair, your mind, and your body.
But so here's the thing. We started to delve a little bit deeper into the conversation. And I really want to save this for next week. But I will say this much.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about, now everyone has that friend that you may not speak to every day, but you can pick up with them.
I have that friend. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yes. Where it could be like a year or it could be, no one picks up the phone. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing great. Hey, how are you? And you just go into it.
Yeah. Mine is James Heaven. And, we've been friends since grade 5.
Right.
And, he knows me, the good, the bad, the ugly, the whole. But if you're in this life and you have someone that's been in your life most of your life, someone you can trust, you're very blessed. A lot of us have acquaintances and people we're fond of. But, if you want to know who your real friends are, get incarcerated or something.
Yes.
Be down and out.
Be in a situation where you can just turn and you're just like, okay.
Is this a real friend?
So Glick has a statement he mentioned. He said, it's a different type of friendship you have with people in your life, and your partner, it's on a different level. I fully agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Fully agree.
I would not have this conversation, though, with your significant other. It probably would not go well. And that's the thing is men and women are very wired different in certain, like I have friends where to them, they would much rather hang out with the boys and drink and reminisce and listen to tunes and, smoke and all the great things that they do than ever be concerned about going out for dinner with the wife, so but then every once in a while you meet someone and you see a couple and their whole life is their family and them. That's
right.
It. And I see that. And, some cultures you have, the whole family unit, you've got the grandparents and sometimes even the great grandparents, and they're all living under the roof, and the brother and the sister. And I don't know how they don't kill each other. So, what you drinking there? Is that your latest sponsor right there, Ben?
I wish I had a sponsor. It's military.
Rick Costa says, my dad always said you find out who your real friends are when you're in the hospital or incarcerated. Correct.
I would agree. Yeah, when you're down and out. Yeah.
Definitely when you're down and out, regardless of hospital or jail. I agree with that 100%.
If you have cancer, let's say you have cancer, or a life-threatening illness, your real friends will be there.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll show concern. Yes. Is Rick open to coming up at all? Are you okay with that?
Oh, I don't have a problem. I just want to let you know that I'm gonna wrap this up in about 25 minutes.
Really, with Tony and I here? You just
I gotta work in the morning.
I just got off of a plane.
I know. I saw a video of a guy in a car, and it was all lit up, and it was like some amazing thing or something, and he was jamming, and I was like, "Yo."
I just got off just got up the car and everything
Tell
else
us
like
about
that.
that tune. Tell us about that. What was that? That was good.
Which one?
I know something about amazing or something in the background. You did a little TikTok up.
Oh, right now I'm so shot, Mike. I tell you.
Okay.
Here's one thing I want to touch on. We can bring Rick up, or Glick or whomever wants to come up.
You know Rick. Rick is.
Read the chat, Mike. Read the chat. Read the chat, Mike. Read the chat.
There's no chat. I have no chat on mine. Don't forget, I'm Linux.
Yeah.
Appreciate the invite, but I think I've been online enough
He's
today.
had enough.
Yeah, he said he's good.
He did his stream. He did Carmen's stream.
Yes.
And
islands in the stream. That is what we are, right?
Absolutely. I have a question. Tony.
You're back to your old self, gosh. Is it? Oh, I thought it said juggling. I was about to have some jokes. Go ahead.
What is jugging, Tony?
I have no idea.
Drinking.
How do we keep our safe?
No, jugging is drinking.
Jugging is drinking. Okay.
You're
Bathurst, read the chat.
Oh,
you can't. Mike, you need to click the chat button on the right of the screen.
No, you're not listening to me. It's because
no, that's what Glick says you need to do because he's got StreamYard. Now, Glick, you've hosted. He's not hosting. He's actually guesting. I can see the chat. I know how I got my setup.
A developing story this morning. A family has a warning for all of us after 3 armed men followed them home, tried to rob them at gunpoint. This whole thing was caught on camera and in their driveway. Chris Sadeghi joins us here in studio with a look at that video. Chris, police say this was targeted.
Yeah, Kara, and this is some frightening video to look at. It shows what is called jugging. It is not new. However, Dallas police say it does seem to be happening more and more often. This video is from Mark Gardner's driveway in North Dallas. He backed his car in, and then 3 armed men jump out of an SUV, run up, and start pointing their guns at him, even pounding on his window, demanding he give up the cash he has on him. Jugging is when thieves hang out at banks or ATM machines, watch someone withdraw cash, then follow them looking for an opportunity to take that cash. In this case, their plan did not work because Mark kept his doors locked and managed to escape by driving through a small opening between the SUV and another car. Fortunately, he and his stepson, who was also in the car, were not hurt. The video captured a good look at the 3 men, and Gardner hopes someone recognizes their faces.
Maybe they think they're invincible, but if they think they're that tough, wait till they get to prison.
And jugging cases happen often enough that us.
Wow. I've never heard of that term then.
That term, no.
I don't know how that actually relates. Is it supposed to rhyme with mugging?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. You know what it reminds me of? Have you guys seen the video where these guys drive up? There's 3 or 4 of them. They're at the gas station. And they're trying to rob this guy, and the guy started pouring gas on them.
Wow!
He poured gas on them, got his lighter out, and went, "Yeah, let's go." And they all took off.
Yeah, they took off
with all gas on them because they were trying to rob him, and he just started spraying his gas because he was loading up his car, pulled it out, and just started spraying them all, and then pulled the lighter out and said he was going to set them on fire.
Jeez. Hey, Tony, I got a quick question for you. How do we not become a victim of jugging? What are some things that we need to do?
Don't open your windows.
Be aware of your surroundings. Don't leave cash in your car. Change your routes. Carry cash in cars discreetly. Call 911. Let me.
You're not going to call 911 in that situation.
First of all, let me go ahead and be hood on this one because y'all gonna have to learn some hoodness a little bit sooner or later. Smoke what's good. Be aware of your surroundings. That's number damn 1. These days, if you go into the ATM, you got to anticipate somebody's watching you. Most ATMs are in public; they're not in private. Number damn 1. That's for real. Don't leave cash in your car. This is not the 70s or 80s anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Why does this even have to be said in the first place?
Yeah.
And let me throw this out there to the rural people, the country people, the people who ain't worried about nothing, the people who think nobody's going to mess with them. Mess around if you want to, and that's the clean version. I'm serious. Change your routes. That is difficult for some people. Some people don't want to change their ways.
Yeah.
It's in your best interest to do so, but some people don't want to change their ways. I can kind of recommend that one. Carry cash and cards discreetly. That's a little difficult. People are still carrying cash in their wallet as well as their cards. Y'all work that one out. Just give me 1 second, Mike. Call 911. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. By the time somebody pulls a gun in your face, they're not going to see and be like, "Here, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to call the cops on me." Get the hell out of here.
That's not going to happen.
Y'all killing me with this call 911 mess.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the first 4 rules. You don't have to. Follow the first one in the first place. You won't have to go through the other 4. Honestly, seriously, truthfully, and totally. It is just that simple. Go ahead, Mike.
I had a boss many years ago, and you guys were talking about 70s, 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of these guys. He was kind of flashy, and he always carried like $2,000 on him. And people knew he always had a roll of money on him.
He probably had a gun on him too. Go ahead.
No, he didn't have a gun. He was Canadian.
He walked around with $2,000 every day. Everybody knew it. And he didn't
or
have
more.
And more. He didn't have a gun.
No, and he got rolled, and he didn't do it again. He didn't do it again. And you should never be flashy and make it seem like. And nowadays, nobody carries cash, really.
Some people do still carry cash, Mike.
Okay, in this room, do you guys carry cash? I can't tell you last time.
I rarely, if at all, ever. I carry cash about as often as helicopter comes around. You just can't. Everything's been digital for a lot of people. And from the pandemic, when there was a cash coin shortage, a lot of people started going digital. What isn't on there, and I want to throw this out there, is people can have those digital wallets. They know how to get those too. Y'all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They talked about how to get people with those credit cards on their phones about 10 years ago. They walk by with little scanners. They pull all the information off your phone. You don't even damn know it.
In Canada, I don't know if you guys know this, but was all these bank machines that had where people put on top of the regular machine another machine that looked like it.
Yes.
And it was reading. So when you were doing your numbers, they were getting all the information.
They read all the information. Yeah, they got the little fake. When you put the card in, there's a fake one right over.
Yeah, it's fake, but the whole faceplate was fake.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just went on and didn't look. Yeah. And it was funny. It was so well done that even the people at the bank were like, "Oh, they upgraded it. Why does that look different?" And other people went, and a couple of clever people went, "That's not an upgrade."
No, it's not.
What's going on, Sunday Night Smoke? He says 911 is a joke.
The other thing you got to be careful too is if you go to festivals where you've got people that go from city to city to city, there's a lot of people who will gather your information.
International travel. There was actually a situation in Puerto Rico in the early 2000s. They got a copy of everybody's cards that swept through this one hotel, and they were jacking people's accounts left and right.
But even corporations now are always at risk of
everybody's at risk.
Yeah.
Rick says the origin of the term jugging is unclear, but some believe it came into use over a decade ago when thieves stole women's purses as they pumped gas, according to the Houston Chronicle. All right.
Yeah.
I heard a story, and this is when I was DJing. That this was in like the early 80s, okay? That there was a guy, he tried to steal this lady's purse, and he drove by, and he ended up trying to cut the cord of her thing, and she pulled out a gun and literally shot a hole through his hand.
Good.
Yeah. I was like, and she was an older lady, and they didn't charge her then anything, and
he got what he deserved for trying.
Yeah.
Good.
But that is somebody who has probably lived around that and had what you call street smarts.
Well, she had a little bit of awareness. She probably went through something and she wasn't going to deal with it. We're not supposed to advocate violence, but I'm going to advocate self-defense. Somebody tried to rob you, do what you got to do.
Rick chimed in and said he was a victim of that at a gas station. That's why they say pay inside, not at the pump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Smoke's comment? Yep.
And Smoke says one of my boys' cards info got ripped when we were in Colombia last month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was funny? I went to Citi Field last month
Mm-hmm.
to see Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
I get to for parking, to pay for parking. And I hadn't been there for 3 years because of COVID and everything else like that. And not only the fact was parking was $40 for Citi Field for a game in Queens, New York. Everything was cashless.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so hard. Like you're sitting here and we all three of us said we rarely carry money, but we are susceptible to this type of stuff because we're pulling that card out and swiping away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a more educated criminal attack. Like you have to be pretty smart to be able to put a faceplate on something, then able to relay the information, then do it. Like this isn't someone who runs in and stills, smokes.
Oh. Yeah, Rick bugging.
What's the name of Dia by chance?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched the one show? I'm not sure what network it on. I think he used to on Periscope. And there was a guy that worked at a variety store, and the people who came in were terrifying. It was interesting. Like I watched it, and I was like, it felt like at any second something could happen. And part of the problem with a lot of areas, and this is even happening in Canada, there is no grocery stores. There's no retail. They have the local gas station or little variety store, and they basically take care of your basic needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this was what this variety store was. I think it was in a rough area, and I was thinking, wow, you would have to you would have to have somebody who was incredibly street smart and always on red alert.
Right. You gotta be these days. You gotta be.
Is there I mean, dancing around some of these topics, but we've noticed we've seen on TV for the past, I don't know, 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of thefts at these stores.
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching, it's all on TikTok. Anytime you open up TikTok or you open up YouTube, you see there's a cops related channel and people are getting, arrested for, trying to steal X amount of dollars from a store and stuff like that.
Right.
Mike, is that the reason why a lot of the box stores have moved away and you only have a few mom and pop stores? Is that what you were?
In the States, mostly, from what I've read, there are areas where, if you don't have access to a vehicle, it's 20 miles to the closest grocery store.
Right.
And there used to be a Walmart, but the theft was so high, or they weren't generating enough sales. Like in Canada, there's different reasons why Walmart's closed. There was a Walmart close to what I would call an elite bougie area. And do you know why they closed it down? Everybody was wearing stuff and returning it.
Yeah. That's notorious for Walmarts. That's notorious for Walmart.
The return, it wasn't theft. It
They
wasn't
just
theft.
wore them,
They were just, and they were so entitled, they wouldn't leave until they got their money. Or they would sue or do whatever it took. But I think one of the funniest stories I've ever heard, and someone did it as an experiment at a high school. And way back, Walmart used to sell canoes or kayaks, something like that. So they said, we're going to go in, just pick one up in the oars and walk out and see if anybody gets us. And nobody thought in their right mind that someone would do that without buying it. And they walked right out. And they came back in and went, we didn't buy it. Where's your security? Where now, oh my God, there's 1 million cameras.
They gotta be, because they get robbed. Walmart's losing money off of the robberies.
And in England, every corner is multiple cameras now.
Has to be. They said that on Fast and Furious. You can't pick your nose without somebody seeing you in England. I mean, in London.
Well, if you used to watch Haps, you could see people picking their nose. That's for sure.
Watch Haps, see people looking at other people's nose.
But Mike, what you're saying is there's more cameras in these stores than there are actual employees
and customers.
And customers.
Yeah. And they hire now 2 people to 3 people who just watch cameras.
Right.
You got to.
And you know who they're watching the most?
Employees.
The employees.
Disgruntled employees are stealing like left and right.
Try to go into any one of these stores before 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. There's no one to help you.
Nope.
I worked at a retail place, and I can't name what it was. And I came in one morning, and I'm hearing all this scurrying in the roof. I'm like, what is this? What am I hearing? And I thought, oh my God, we got raccoons.
Yeah, chipmunks.
We got rats. No, it was 2 homeless guys. One of them fell through. And we went up there and cleaned it, and they had chocolate bars up there and chips and pop, and we figured out they had been up there a while.
And no shower.
Yeah, well, but we had the alarm going off all the time, and we were like, oh my God, we must have, because all it would take is a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You'd have a mouse and it would set it off. Or if you'd have, sometimes we'd have people try to get in the back and they'd rattle the door or the gate or something would set it off. And I only know because they would usually call me and I'd have to go look. But, what they did, from what I figured out, is just before we closed, they would go up into the bathroom and climb up. You know how you have the pull area. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up. And the one guy, after we caught him, he said, yeah, I've been up there for months on and off.
Months on and off.
Months on and off. He said, I get bored being up there. He said, we were hoping we could find access out somewhere else where you couldn't see us, like through the roof, but that never happened. And this was like the size of a grocery store, a large grocery store. So, yeah. But it's a weird world. It's a weird world. And, you have so many people now who are basically working full time, but they're living in their van or they're living in their car or.
It's a shame we wanted to increase on minimum wage and then they increase and people still struggling.
Or in one of these micro apartments.
Yes. Yeah. Which is the future, by the way.
Yeah.
Like Tesla's building them.
Yep.
Well, he showed one of the little houses he's built. It's bigger than that, but it's about $25,000.
Yeah, but in San Francisco,
mm-hmm.
we had during COVID, a lot of different tech workers were using these sleeping pods.
Yeah.
For affordable housing. And this is not to beat up on San Francisco or California because New York is just as expensive.
It's
$700 a month.
It's funny you say San Francisco because I read a story 20 years ago and there was this gentleman and he wanted to become a minimalist. And I can't remember what the book was, but it was a green book. It wasn't very thick. And one day he woke up and he said, I'm going to sell everything. I'm going to buy a piece of land. And I'm going to start building tiny homes on it.
Yes.
And they were, not very big. I think they were like 300 square feet. And he built one. and he showed his buddies, and all the guys that he worked with, who some of them worked at Google, said, "Can you build me one?"
Right.
And he said, "Yeah, I can build you one." And he said, "How much would it cost?" And he said, "I can build you one. I'll make a little profit, and I'll build it for you for 35 to 40,000. I'll show you 2 plans." And then before he knew it, he had 75 of them on this land.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had problems with the government.
Yes.
And they had to charge him a little bit more, which was fine. But then they let him have the allotment of up to 125 on this unit. And he went from being a minimalist to where he became a multimillionaire from the book, and ended up living in a real place again. But those still exist, and I think some tech companies actually rent them now as like Airbnbs, and they're over 20 years old, and they're still okay. They have wheels on them too, so you can move them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
These micro apartments are exploding everywhere, and it's funny because
There's
we
a
go
need.
back. There's a need, and it's funny because we go back to remember when the single family home. So in the States, Mike, the
Yeah.
single family home was built everywhere.
Right.
Like you go to new subdivisions, and it would be cookie cutter homes.
Yep. Same here.
50
Same here.
homes,
Yeah.
exactly the same. Depending like on where we grew up in Queens, if you were on an even block, it was an attached setup, or if you were on an odd block, it was a separated home. But like I said, cookie cutter.
Do you know why that changed? In the 50s,
Mm-hmm.
you have one income. You didn't have to be highly educated.
Right.
You could feed your kids. You could pay
Mm-hmm.
your mortgage. You could have a car.
You could vacation. Yes.
You could vacation
Yes.
once a year. One income. Now you have people working 2 jobs, both people working,
Just to pay that home.
pay for that home, and they have to sell the home if the interest rates go up. And the average house back then, you could buy a really nice house in the 60s for $12,000.
Yes.
And you could buy a mansion for 30.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't do an extension of your or a renovation of your kitchen, at a high level for 30 now, especially not 11. So we've somehow lost our way.
Totally. I agree with you.
We've lost our
Single
way.
family to now we're at the point of these mixed use townhomes that are being built everywhere. Everywhere you turn around in the States, you see this same style townhouse where there used to be homes built.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're going to see these micro. One of the predictions, I don't know if you guys have read any of this, but they're saying, by the time you and I are gone, which is about 30 years, you might live longer, especially with the music you listen to. They're saying that the average person won't have an income. It will be a universal income. They'll give you housing, and you will be able to buy certain things, but not many. You live a minimalist life, and only highly skilled people and think about what they can do now with AI.
Yep.
And think of what they're going to be able to manufacture cheaply in 30 years. There will be an abundance of stuff. And if we weren't like in the 50s, it was more about building a life, restoring the earth, because we had lost so many people in the war, right? And it was such a wonderful time of growth. And then by the late 60s was the hippies and everything else, but you could still buy a house. And you could still buy a house even early 80s. Like this one house that I was living in, One of the ones we bought, I can't remember what we paid. I think we paid under 400,000 for it, but it was 4,400 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
When it was bought, it had a stainless steel pool in it. It actually was made out of metal. It was stainless steel on the walls. It was a beautiful pool. All of that was built in 1980 for $32,000 with the pool.
Right.
4,400 square feet. 6 bedrooms. Crazy.
Carmen said the show is kind of a downer. She was laughing, and then we started talking about what's happening in the world today. And
I'm all depressed. Goodness.
Carmen, we're here to bring you down.
Well, no, it's just to the point where you could see in certain areas now these micro apartments exist.
I love it.
And you just like,
yeah,
who the heck is going to live in that?
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot of people. A lot of homeless
people. Yeah, a lot of people who are living in their car. A lot of people who are overpaying for their apartment.
San Francisco has very high homeless rate, and it's
crazy. Yeah,
the mobile homes, caravans of them parked.
Yeah,
it's just scary.
But we have addiction in so many things. Like even you've got so many people now who, are on Ritalin and Paxil and
Bobby Shadow,
brah.
Yes, Bathurst,
brah.
Yes, haven't seen him in ages.
He pops up around. I still see him. Bobby's still Bobby. Yeah, he's still Bobby.
God, I used to love his interactions with certain people, and it was so funny because he could be so demeaning, and half the people didn't even understand what the hell he was doing.
He said he's got you guys on his 80-inch screen.
Are you bragging again?
Yes, he is.
Bobby Shadow.
Yeah. I will never forget the time that he was dancing around with his underwear.
Next topic.
Oh my goodness. All right. We got to end this with a good topic.
Let's go.
Well, we can the last topic is a good topic if we put a nice spin on it. You could solve so much of the homeless problems. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, I think if you have individuals who have a reason for living, and we're talking people who have substance abuse, and you could have some form of addiction counseling and give them a place where they can have pride about their home. It doesn't have to be a big home.
Right.
That to me is positive change, and you can build from that.
Uh-huh.
Hello, is this the man formerly known as Brian from Texas? Hello.
How's it going, Mike? How's it going, gentlemen?
Well, man.
You missed
Brian,
it.
what's going on?
Nice tan, Ted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got that Cancun sun.
Yeah, buddy.
He's got the Cancun music going on too. And it's it's a very lit up car. You got to see this video, Tony. It's awesome. Did you see it? Oh my God, it's awesome. It's awesome. I was like, Ted is having the time of his life.
Oh my goodness.
What time was that? Was that early in the morning or late at night?
No, it was early in the morning.
Yeah.
It was early in the morning.
And you were bopping.
I was.
Living in the present moment.
Yep. Enjoying life.
Can we do gratitude if we want to do something positive at the end?
Sure.
Yeah, everybody open to that? Look at Tony. Goddamn Bathurst.
Brian, what's going on in your world? We want to give you an opportunity to speak about your past week.
It's been busy. The weather's been great. Just getting it's been a struggle, but trying to get myself on a routine, like to after work, even though it was dog tired as I am, to make it to the gym because Vegas is coming soon. So I gotta be at my best, at least somewhat my best going into Vegas.
So what's in Vegas, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh,
What isn't in Vegas? What isn't in Vegas?
No, for him. For him.
No. So pretty much, I'm celebrating my birthday in Vegas, and I have my best friend, my brother, and 2 of my coworkers joining me.
Can I ask you a personal question? Is that okay?
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
42. Wow, you look 32, man.
Really? As much stress as these women be giving me? Like Carmen.
Yeah, but you're not. But you're not married though, right?
No.
I can't wait.
No. It's
and you have
just,
no kids. You have no kids.
No.
Yeah, so you have no stresses.
Stress from the job and bad choices of women.
Yeah, but sometimes, yeah, let's not go there. It's Ted's show. It's Ted's show. We're going to be good. I'm going to be respectful.
Life's a dance. You learn as you go.
You do. There's life lessons in all relationships.
Yes.
Right, Ted? We had individuals that were in other platforms in the past that I notice are not in these shows, and sometimes you have to sever.
Yeah.
There's relationships that are healthy, and then there's relationships. Oh, I'm gonna lose my artwork here.
Yes, Carmen, I'm looking forward to next Friday.
What's next Friday?
The Carmen Super Show, or Carmen and Friends, or
so what makes it super?
Well,
All-Star Cast.
You should do a plug for her.
Yeah. We plug each other all shows all the time. So next Friday, both of our groups are going to be getting together to do one specific. We're going to do 1 hour. We're going to talk about maybe 3 topics.
Max.
And it's going to be
chaos.
Total chaos and massive.
Yes. Listen. Let me jump in. This is not going to be chaos. There's going to be so much tension.
Why?
Sure nobody acts up.
You're going to have all those independent, individual thinkers.
Pot stirrers? Is that what you're saying?
We are going to put Fox out of business by the time we're through. Fox News will stand a chance between us and our opinions and our aspects. It will be a mess. Carmen, I'm going to have fun.
But you're going to be respectful of her.
Oh yeah, no, we're going to have fun.
Respectful.
We're going to have fun.
We're always respectful.
Yeah, look at Tony's face as he says that. Yeah, I'm not a great believer of this.
She can knock anyone out at will.
Well, they're saying that. What do we used to call that? Russian flush 'em.
A little bit. Rick, you talking about Texas and California? You're going to have New York and Boston.
Yeah.
New York, Boston, Texas, California.
Oh no, Glick. Ain't no ego going down on this one. No, sir. It needs to be on her platform, so I will behave. It's on Ted's platform. Ted doesn't mind if I act up.
So, Tony, is there any reason why you don't show your beautiful house in the background?
First of all, you don't show your beautiful house in the background. We see a corner. We used to see a couple of computers. We used to see a dog sitting on the floor. You sat in a room. That's what I see. But no, not really. I just got my background. This is my favorite background. So this is my message to the public.
Well, at least it's not the Jets today.
That'll be when I do my other things.
I always think of Benny and the Jets. So are we doing gratitude, or what are we doing?
We have not gotten to the last topic that Ted wanted to talk about.
Well, 20 minutes ago, he said he wanted to shut it down.
He did, but you didn't let him finish.
Well, this is all me. Okay, sorry.
Right now, just right now, I'm going to pick on you today. I gave you Sunday. Today, I'm on you.
No, we're just happy to have you up here, to be truthful.
Ted, is that the honest to God gospel, or?
That's the honest to God gospel. We're happy to have you up here.
How about the formerly Brian from Texas? Are you happy to have him here and his masculine lover behind him there?
Because I'm the juggernaut.
Smoke was good, bro.
Juggernaut.
Entering an hour and 10 minutes, and we have Sunday Night Smoke.
Oh, yes. We're in the building. What's good, everybody?
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, dude? Long time no see.
I'm here. Mr. Bathurst, hello. How are you, sir?
Good. Do you miss me? That's all I want to know.
Oh, how could I not?
Oh my God, man. We used to get head spinning.
Oh, good, man. How you been? Everything good?
It's good. It's nice to hear your voice, actually. It's been a long time.
Hey, man. Like, share, subscribe.
So are you living a more peaceful life now, sir? Or are you still on the same path?
What do you mean? I've always lived a peaceful life. What, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Yeah, I've always lived a peaceful life.
We should have a private chat sometime. Not on Ted's broadcast. That would be good.
Oh, of course.
To catch up.
Absolutely,
That'd be
everybody.
nice.
Yeah. Hey, man, drop in sometimes on Sunday nights, man. We're there every Sunday night, 7 p.m. Shameless plugs always continue. Drop in anytime. You're always welcome, sir. You're always welcome on the panel.
I appreciate that. How about a gentleman named Brian, formerly from Texas, who
Brian's always welcome as well. All you guys are welcome. It's an open panel, you know how we do it.
are the subjects still very controversial?
Absolutely. So are the opinions.
Is it your own brand of TMZ?
Opinion radio at its finest. Yes. Oh man.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, a little of everything. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, good.
We're on fire. You know what I'm saying? And we're lit.
Ted,
still trying to break 50.
Ted, how many do you have now?
It's lit. It's lit.
I got to check.
Okay.
I don't have nearly as much as you do.
Right. Well, you know what's fun?
No, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
When I was on Habs back in the day, I only had 2,000 people on, this platform here, YouTube, which is, you want to talk about the juggernaut. And now I have over 4,000, but that took a long time.
Yeah,
it does take time. It does take time. Well, I've crossed over into other what you would call genres also. So I also produce videos also. So I have several travel videos on my channel also. So it's like a combination. So it's now deemed as Sunday Night Smoke. That's the podcast. And then the caption is podcast, travel, and laugh. You understand? So we've expanded. So since I started producing videos, that kind of that kind of boosted me. I was able to cross over into other YouTube realms and get support from other travel channels and travel networks from networking with other people as well.
Yeah, they call that piggybacking, by the way.
Yeah,
that's what they call that. And when you can, Tony and I used to try to do that when we used to go on Randy Horton's thing.
I didn't really piggyback. I did try to learn from you all more than anything. But Randy wanted to make sure that we all had followers, and you did the same thing. Y'all made sure that if anybody came on the show, that people followed them. You all really did make sure of that. Now, I've
Smoke, you don't have headphones on, do you?
Actually, I do. I'm in the car. I was listening to you guys.
What it
in
is.
the car. I'm on the road, so it's probably not the best. Again. Yeah, it's not the best, but I was listening in for a while. I said,
it's so nice to hear your voice. It really is.
Cool,
we were trying to do gratitude, I thought, but we lost our way again.
I'm sorry. So let's get back. Yeah, I didn't mean to sidetrack everyone.
No, I want to know what you're grateful. I want to know what you're grateful for. That's what I'm curious about.
I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for crossing paths with you guys. Thankful for Ted. Somebody made an honorable Haps mention not too long ago. I'm thankful for Ted introducing me to Haps TV because I would have never met you, Brian, Tony D, Glick, several other people. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful. Life is good. Yeah.
Ted is good people. He really is.
Good, man.
He's
steady
Eddie.
He's a good side. Yeah, he's my good side too.
He's my good side.
He's our mature side.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. He's the governor in the van to make sure you don't go 150 miles an hour. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good. He's good.
Facts.
No doubt. No doubt about it.
Do you guys even know what I'm talking about? When we used to rent vehicles in Canada and you would try to floor it, it wouldn't let you. It would only go so fast. And they
really?
called that a governor.
That's Canada. We didn't have that in the U.S.
No, because when I would visit Canada, and I couldn't get the kilometers and the what's his name. My math was a little off. Like we
Right.
used to go to Toronto in the summertime, and he used to be like, "You're really actually speeding," and I'm like, "No, it's so and so," and they're like, "No, that's kilometers, not miles," and I'm like, "Oops, my bad." You know, on the
Yeah.
highway signs where the speeds are posted, you know, they switch it up on you. But yeah.
Ted, go ahead. What?
Hey Bobby, I would get impeached. Don't say that.
I told them the same thing. They told me to run for president. I said I wouldn't last. Random Rick was good.
Salute, Rick.
Wow,
Random Rick reviews
this is very
2020.
memory lane, eh, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
got a
we've
full
been
house.
trying to
Very
have
memory
this.
lane.
I've been looking for this forever.
Full
I
house
like
yeah?
tonight.
like when this happens.
Full house.
They don't
Yes.
have this at Walmart on the shelf? Is that what you're saying?
Not in your Walmart. No, they're in the
They're
ceiling.
closing. Somebody stole it. Somebody stole it
Right,
already.
right.
It's either someone stole it or it's locked up, so you can't get to it.
Or it's
I
in
just
the
want to
ceiling
know
with
if
the
that
homeless
chair that
guys.
Brian's in is available at Walmart. That's what I want.
Yeah, I got it from my last job.
Yeah, bondages as us. Is that what?
That was the unloaded piece that they forgot. So, sir, we're missing a chair. Oop, my bad.
Right.
So we would usually have JoJo on here to talk MMA, but he won't be with us this week. Hopefully he'll be back next week to talk about the other big fights that are coming up.
Salute, JoJo.
Shout out to Mr. B, the B-Sides podcast,
Word.
every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. He does it live.
That's YouTube? Is that YouTube?
Yeah, that's YouTube, that's Twitch.
Can you drop the link if possible? I got a sub to that. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. This is, I'll speak to you in the back chat. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Yeah. Subscribe to that, people. I like that.
Is there anything you want to cover, Ted, before we go?
No, I said to Tony when we were in the green room, I said, "You got 30 minutes in you?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I got 30 minutes." And I said, "What time you got to be to work?" We had the same conversation.
Yeah.
For 2 years now.
Production every week.
For 2 years now.
Do you know what's funny is that, and Tony would save me many mornings, but because when I used to do the show in the morning, there were many mornings I didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd think, I'll go in for half an hour. And, it's an hour and a half. We're into almost 2 hours. And I'm like, more people come in. They don't want to leave. We got a panel of 6. We got a panel of 8. We have what? And I was like, I think what happens is the energy just attracts more people.
Yes.
And you end up having more people who want to be part of it. And, this is, I feel grateful to be here tonight. And I just randomly had my TV on, saw you two guys, and you were talking about me. And I thought, oh,
of
God.
course.
And I was like, okay. And I think you were talking about football or something in Bathurst. And I went, what?
Well, we were talking about football because I missed most of last week's live stream.
Yes.
And I said, you know what's strange? I didn't know Bathurst knew football that well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a football guy. Yeah, your name did get mentioned.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then Tony really quickly corrected me. He said, Bathurst used to talk about sports. And I said, yeah, but he changed the genre of his show, and it was music and light chat.
Yeah. It's hard to talk about sports when you're drinking.
Not really. You can drink at a sporting event.
I'll tell you one thing about this year. This has been one of the greatest divide I've ever seen of talent. Like you have, a tier of like 5 teams that are elite, and then you have another, I'd say 10 that are all scrambling to maybe get, the wild card or something. But I think you're going to see a lot of blowouts this year. Like, and what I mean is like 50-point, 60-point games, which is odd.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think more so that just I mean, not a lot. You'll see an occasional, but it's like the good teams seem to play down to their competition level for some strange reason. Like, for example, the Chiefs and the Jets, that wasn't supposed to be a close game that the Jets should have won.
At all.
You understand? Like some of those
Yeah.
games, like, let's see what happens, because like
But Smoke, come on,
you see a
that is
toilet
not
bowl
the
here
same
and there.
team. That is not the same team. The Chiefs. That is not the same team. Like, you've got receivers there that are not really that productive, and you've got a lot of receivers there that wouldn't even be third string on other teams.
Well, when you have a quarterback that lives on making plays on the run,
He's
see
getting
the
older
offense
too, though.
but they have a flexible offense though, because remember they have a route. Their game plan how to do their offenses. They have a route, and then they say there's a very flexible area in every route because he's always scrambling around. So he's, there's no set. He's not a pocket passer. For a pocket passer, you have, the ball goes to a spot. This guy doesn't put a ball in a spot. So he's an anomaly when it comes to quarterback. Like
He could be on any team and make them competitive. Any team.
Yeah. Like, the roster's not loaded, but they still, managed to make it happen with that flexibility in every route. So like, it's not a spot
Smoke,
pass.
you could cut the 49ers in half and make two teams, and you still have two incredibly competitive teams.
Yeah, 2 500.
Yes, that is true. Yes, that is true.
They are so deep, and let's be real. Even Philadelphia this year is not played well. They're like half
they play
lost,
down,
but they're winning. Who cares?
They're winning, but they play down to their competition as well. Like I expect I expect the Jets to lose only by 1 or 2 scores, like a touchdown and a field goal, but they're not going to run away with it because they're playing down to their competition level. Like they play the excuse the language, the Commanders.
Okay, can I ask one question to the room? Because you guys, I don't think Aaron would have done that much better. Sorry.
He would have beat the Patriots. He would have made enough passes to win the close game that we lost. He would have definitely beat the Patriots in that.
4-2.
He was
first 6 games. He would have went 4-2.
He's 19 years in the league, though, guys.
Yeah,
but it's all about hitting. But when I watched the film, and I don't mean to take over too much, but
I like that. I like when you do.
Pause. But anyway, like I watch the film every week after the Jets game. I'm a Jets fan, so I watch the film breakdowns every week, and they're open receivers all over the place in every single game. Aaron Rodgers would have definitely, maybe not the Cowboys game, but they were open receivers in the Cowboys game too. Because remember that game.
Here's the thing, though. Everybody wants to knock his lights out. Everybody wants to be the one that knocks his lights out.
I get it.
And a lot of people think he's an arrogant. I really like him because he's spiritual. I'm spiritual. He's into a lot of the voodoo weirdo stuff. That I'm into. Ayahuasca and the whole bit. But there are a lot of people in the league that are like, you are not the godfather of football. We're going to build you a grave. And Ted's yawning here. We should go.
No. I do want to mention something that you said earlier, Mike, about it being hard to talk sports and drink beer.
Yes.
Think about the Nonsensical Nonsense podcast.
Yes.
That's what they do.
I know.
They drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
They talk all different types of sports.
Yeah. I want to show it respect. That's all. I love the game, and I want to show it respect, and I think it deserves it. And people don't realize how good you have to be just to make the NFL, even on the worst team.
Right.
Like it is such an incredible machine now, a money-making machine. And if you look at the success even of the Cowboys, and I'm talking financially, I'm not talking on the field, I'm talking how much money that organization makes. It is insane.
True.
You know, you've got a lot of good teams that are barely paying the bills. That's the truth.
Oh, yes.
Well, the market, different markets, different things going on, different owners as well.
Yeah, and then you've got owners that it's a joke. You know what I mean? It's to them, you know, I can throw 100 million around. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's a hobby for some
It's
of
a
the owners,
hobby.
but Jerry is fully invested.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones fully invested in one thing.
It's his life.
Yes,
it's his baby.
Like,
I mean,
it's not like a Dolan who has a
Go
bunch
ahead,
of
Brian.
stuff, like whatever. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah,
Brian.
Jerry
Sorry.
Jones like put his own money into that stadium, both stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fully in.
That's his legacy, guys.
Yeah, so like if Jerry Jones dies, he'll be buried at the 50-yard line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
Like Jimmy Hoffa. I'm sorry.
Like when he dies, it could be another 30 years from now, but when he does die, he'll be buried at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
For me, because I would be a silly mess. I'm not talking about you. No, I would be. I would have, if I was drinking, I would have no filter. I would be saying things I shouldn't say.
So Glick says Rodgers still has a lot in the tank. Yes, I believe. Definitely a difference maker. He said Brady played 20 plus years and still went out on top as a top QB and could still be playing today.
I agree.
Yeah, the Jets,
I disagree with that.
2 more games.
Well, Mike,
definitely
let me
won.
throw this at you. Brady went to a new team and got to the Super Bowl and won. Aaron Rodgers can do the same thing with the Jets.
I mean his last year. I don't mean.
I got you.
Oh, it's last year.
Brady last year, I think, tarnished his brand a bit. Sorry.
I understand his
Nah, you
last
can't.
year.
No, because he was 44 years old. Like it's like at that
No,
point.
I think
he was
Smoke. I
playing
think it was
overtime.
more. It was more the divorce and Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot on his mind. Yeah, his wife got him behind the gun. Yeah, it's a lot mentally
He had a lot
that may have
going
not
on.
worked for him. And then he had injured receivers also. So, and he had so it was a mixture. Like the team, they lost a little bit of talent also. So it is what it is. But I don't think it tarnished his brand because everybody knows kind of what he was going through in his personal life as well, because that could be a huge distraction.
But Smoke, you realize though, for every year that you play, you basically diminish how many years you're going to have on this planet. Like it takes a toll on your body.
I get it.
You know, that's why you've got running backs that are literally barely walking.
Yeah, you get
10, 15 years later because they've got arthritis and everything else. And then, if you go way back, all the guys that played with concussions, I think Tony was trying to talk about this. And guys want to. Ted's about to fall asleep or sneeze at the same time. Okay.
God bless you. Good night. Nah.
So listen. It's a different league than when Steve Atwater was delivering those monster hits, or Ronnie Lott was delivering those killer. Yes.
Ray Lewis.
Much more reckless.
Brian Dawson.
Yes.
I think the love of the game is gone, though, for a lot of guys. I think a lot of it is about make the money, feed my family, be in the league as long as I can, get as many endorsements as I can, get as many likes, see if I can get on the Tony D show. There's levels.
Hey, Brian, I got to meet Damani Dawson.
Oh, cool.
I'll tell you that story another time. I got to meet him. Really cool person to meet, Hall of Famer. And it was like, ask me anything.
You guys agree with that, though? That the love of the game is not there like it was when they weren't making money?
I don't know. It's just we're in a different generation, period. The kids are different. It's a different world we live in.
It's more physical, I will say, but at the same time, they have, with the rule changes and all that, it has gotten soft. Now they want to look at like longevity of the players now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
So,
investment.
Yeah, it's an investment.
It's
So
an investment of hundreds of millions of dollars, right?
And that's a good thing too, though, for
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
humanity's sake, for the athletes' health
Yeah.
sake.
yeah.
What
So
a
I
bad
mean,
investment.
but I mean, but
OBJ.
yeah, I mean, like, you know, yeah. But then I mean, guys get careless and things happen the way they happen. I mean, Anthony Richardson's already like missing more time now, from 2 concussions and a shoulder now.
Yeah.
Uh,
How many games has he played?
he's missed out 2 games.
Yeah.
Gardner he's out, and Gardner Minshew is back under center again. So
He's, you know what, with him, he tried to do too much.
yeah,
He tried to do
or Richardson.
Richardson.
He didn't play smart.
No.
Well, he's young. Come on, God. He should. He's 21, isn't he?
He's 21. He's played his second game that he second professional game he played. I think it was like 1 or 2 concussions.
Yeah. 1. And then when he played against the Texans, suffered another concussion.
Yeah.
Because it was a tackle. It was a tackle that happened, but his head whiplashed right off the turf.
Yeah, you have to learn how to fall too.
Yeah,
which
and get out of bounds.
It's like Tua had to learn how to fall. Yeah,
man.
But you know what? We could talk about this for 2 days. We shouldn't. All right,
Bell Kings Sunday morning.
Hey,
football
one thing I do want to mention for Tone. I want to get his take on it.
Okay.
And everyone's take on it also, but specifically Tony. There's a report, allegedly, that's going to come out, Tony. Your guy, John Morant, who's currently suspended, was involved in another fight in a club with his group. Is this the end? Yes or no?
No.
For this season?
No. Half the season. I'll say after the All-Star break based on this incident right here.
But he's already jammed up 25 games.
They'll probably put another 25 on it.
Okay.
Max.
Its story's going to drop tomorrow.
I had said originally.
Story will drop within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, and I want to see. I saw a headline on. I didn't read the story, but this ain't going to be good for him. I don't think it's going to be good for him. He's already got an issue. He's
already suspended.
Yeah, he's already suspended for 25 games. So he'll probably do another. Like I said, I probably don't expect to see him before the All-Star break. I don't. Because they're going to cost him money more than anything. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I know they're going to cost him money. I don't expect to see him before the All-Star break on the court with the team.
Okay, so you're thinking they just give him another 25,
Max.
And not the whole season.
No.
Okay.
No, and I'll be wrong, but the Grizzlies need him. The fans want to see him. The NBA will cost himself by costing him the whole season.
Okay.
The NBA will cost themselves. So give him half the season. And God knows he'll have half the season. By half the season, he'll probably lose his mind and be dying to get back on the court. Especially with the teammates he got right now. He needs to be out there with Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose. Good Lord have mercy.
Okay. I
think he's being tried, Glick. He's got sense in his head. I just think he's being tried now. I think people are trying to push his buttons and get him in more trouble. He got to go sit down somewhere. He got to go sit down some damn well. This is too much. Bro, you cost yourself millions now. Big Mill said it best. There's levels to this.
Nobody has any damn sense.
You're going in the wrong direction, bro. Come on, sit down. Come on, sit down. Come on, sit down. Everybody out there, all of y'all who was homeboys and everybody, y'all stop him from getting in trouble. Damn.
Where's his damn daddy?
Hanging out with the Kardashians, obviously.
No, his father. Yeah, that's the problem. The father. Okay, stop. Stop. Like reel him in. Stop letting him. You know what I mean? The father has to step in, reel him in. I understand he's a grown man, but he still has a father figure that we see at all the games with him and everything. So obviously, the
Pops is
father.
already there. We got to talk to the crew
They
now.
live next door.
Right.
Like I'm saying, he lives next door to his father. So they're definitely, his father's definitely in his life. His father needs to say, hey man, you may be around the wrong guys. Somebody needs to reel him in. And that's the father's job. I'll just leave it at that.
True.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. Mr. Morant, go get your son. Talk to him, please.
Please.
Something.
Take a trip to the learning tree.
Because it obviously it appears they can fine him $10 million or $20 million. He's got what, a $250 million contract waiting for him?
He had.
Who knows if it's guaranteed or not? I don't know, but at this point, it doesn't matter. It's just like still because Memphis is very dangerous. There's a lot of gang activity in Memphis. Memphis is very dangerous. He could pretty much, you don't want, God forbid, him, getting injured or getting popped out there on them streets, running around with the wrong guys.
Yeah, there's already.
Memphis is definitely a bad. Memphis is on the way to being Chicago Junior.
Memphis has been like Chicago, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
There was already a report. A college football player for Northwestern looked like played some Louisiana college, but apparently dead at the age of 21 from multiple gunshot wounds. So FAFO.
Yeah.
Right
Glick
there, you went.
Glick says Pops needs to take the belt to his ass old school. Yep.
She didn't work on that.
Pops is trying to do his Usher impersonation and stop playing around and grab your boy.
But all the mother knuckleheads out there, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah. All right, let's go around the horn. Where can we find you? We'll start with Smoke.
Sunday Night Smoke Podcast on YouTube, live Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Also on Instagram, Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Lit.
Brian, where can we find you? And you have to, in honor of the great Michael Bathurst, you got to give gratitude.
Okay. I have gratitude for the people I surround myself with. Gratitude for another day of life.
There you go.
Gratitude that hopefully I win this weekend in all my matches. And you could find me on Twitch at Texas_Cattle Skull. And you can find me on Discord at Thailander713.
Got it. Mr. Bathurst.
Hello, folks.
Where can we find you?
Yes.
And
under the same name, Michael Bathurst, you can find me on Twitter. Under the same name, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Google. I'm everywhere. I do two types of videos. I do videos that are with my dog that are usually inspirational. Occasionally do videos with some gentlemen, Ted Hicks, I believe his name is, and Tony D. Occasionally I do stuff with them. And a guy from Texas, and a guy that's heavy into smoke and podcasts. But yeah, I honestly try to be positive when I can, but it's fun to be in these because you can be more playful.
Yes.
And it's a mutual respect that we have for each other, and we should do a shout out for Rick as well, both Ricks and or Richard. Yeah. So thank you for everything you guys do, and But there's a little nucleus of our family, which is what, maybe 30 to 40, 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. And, I believe that there's always a silver lining in everything. Even though, the platform we were on before disbanded, we have found a way to, continue to be a bright light, all of us here. And I really find that a sacred thing. And I truly mean that.
Got it. I do want to give a special shout out to Fireman Rich, who's always there. Great shows early in the morning. I can catch his Friday morning show tomorrow, usually around 5:30 a.m. Eastern time.
What platforms?
Fireman Rich?
Yeah, Twitch, I know.
You can catch him on Twitch.
And YouTube?
Yeah, so I catch him on live on Twitch.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch the archives, you can watch that on YouTube because he uploads it there. And then he takes the audio podcast side of it and spreads it like a spider web all over the place too.
Okay. Because I think I have to reactivate my Twitch. I haven't been on there in a long time. Because there is people on there that I want to see. And
Oh yeah.
No? Why are you doing this?
I'm telling you to get on Twitch for over a year and a half. Get your ass back on Twitch.
Yeah.
Word.
Get back on Twitch.
Chris the technician, what's going on, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Folks are looking for you, man. Get
Yes.
back on Twitch.
Yeah. The way you say it, though, it sounds like bill collectors, but go ahead.
They're not bill collectors.
Okay.
They're gratitude collectors.
Word.
Big shout out to, as we said before, Nonsensical Nonsense. They do it special 3 to 4 times a week. Super size podcast. Super size. I'm like, yo, there was the other night I turned to it. They were like 4 or 5 hours deep. I said,
so 3 hours, so 5 hours. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
They were getting it in. I love it.
Good got his sponsorships, though.
Yes.
Got your sponsorships.
Love the passion. Love what you guys are doing.
Hate the beard.
Hate the beard. I'm not even. I don't even know that.
Well, I mean, it's almost Chewbacca status.
Almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Almost Chewbacca status.
Gotcha.
Oh, and while we at it, happy belated birthday to Glick. It was just his birthday yesterday.
Wow.
Oh, happy
Yes,
belated.
Birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Glick, for real.
Glick, happy birthday, man.
You know what was nice for me today is when I saw Joy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. It was really nice to see Joy again.
Yes.
Yeah.
You bald-headed demon. Look like an abandoned Pirates of the Caribbean. Keep it up.
Chris the technician says, hello, Michael.
Hey, buddy. So give us a quick highlight reel of your trip. Like, I saw a part of the sensation.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It was.
And,
Dude.
it was.
I'll hit you behind the scenes. I'll hit you
Okay.
behind the scenes for that.
Okay.
But I do want to say that, as always, grateful for you gentlemen. Like you said, we were able to continue this past that platform that we used to be on. And we kind of knew, because once you started building those relationships and everything else like that, you were like, this platform is ending, but we're still going to be together. And I want to let you know, like, Tony's been the glue, and because he's been connected on several different platforms where he's talking with people and everything else like that. I joined Cantina about 3, 4, 5 weeks ago for just a random Sunday. And I got to tell you, the people were on there like, oh my goodness, and hey, how are you doing? What's going on? Everything else like that. So grateful for that. And I just want to see us continue doing this normally.
Good.
Yeah.
What is Cantina? Is that what you said?
Yes. That's something Tony will explain to you. It's another one of those apps where
formerly Airtime.
Thank you, Brian. It used to be Airtime. Airtime changed the name to Cantina.
Oh, to me it sounds like an underground drug. Sorry.
Oh no, it's one
just
of
the way you
those.
said that, the introduction.
It's an app that you jump on, but you can't save anything.
It's just like a hangout, really.
It's like you would.
Like a
I don't
hangout.
think you would find too much benefit out of it, Mike, because you're looking for, okay, I've got this recording. Now I'm going to splice it. Now I'm going to do this, and there's none of that.
Yeah, but that's good too. Then you can't be accountable for all the horrible things you said.
Well, yes, you can.
Yeah. What? Oh, because you're right. You have all these virtual recorders now.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, and they're very common. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Tony, what are you grateful for? And where can we find you, Tone?
I'm always grateful for family, friends, and opportunity. Good seeing you up here, Mike. Taking it easy, man. I'm tired.
I can tell.
I can tell. 30 minutes. You've been telling me 30 minutes for 2 years. We made it last about first year only. Y'all jokers. Y'all can follow me on Linktree. My Linktree is Tony D. Original. Y'all can find me on TikTok, TonyTon19723. You can find me on Twitter, TonyTon163. Find me on Instagram, Twitch, and Rumble, TonyTon172. Find me on YouTube, TONYD7444, or the Random Multi Broadcaster. Bill King's Fantasy Football League, Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I may not make it this Sunday, just so everybody knows. I may not make it.
Yeah, you've been consistent about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some things going on, so I may not be here the past couple of weekends that I have been able to make it. I've been lucky for.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be here this Sunday, but I'm going to try to. My random broadcasts, when I do my music and my current events, I might do one tomorrow night. I might not. Like I said, I got some things going on my end, so this just might be my week off. I was able to make it up here. I did make Sunday's broadcast. So, Ted, appreciate you. Brian, good seeing you. Mike, good seeing you. Smoke, good seeing you. Everybody in the chat, thank all y'all for coming through straight up.
Keep us in the loop, though, either way, of what might be happening or not happening. And
I just got a lot going on my end. So, next couple of weeks going to be kind of tight. But Sunday, I know I may not be here. The next Sunday, I might. But this Sunday, I probably will not.
Okay.
So, like I said, y'all see me around. Appreciate y'all as always, man, for real.
All right. And with that, it's a wrap.
Thank you.